This is lesson 2.2, comparing and ordering integers. The timeline shows when some toys were invented. The yo-yo was invented around 500 BC. Was it invented before or after the kite? Well, 500 BC would be right about here, which means it's to the right of 1000 BC on the number line, which would mean it was invented after the kite. Modern chess was invented around 600 AD, which would place it right about here and put it between skates and video games on the timeline. When two numbers are graphed on a number line, the number to the left is always less than the number to the right. Therefore, the number to the right is always greater than the number to the left. So, on the number line, as you go from left to right, the numbers increase. In our example, 4 is less than negative 2 because 4 is to the left of negative 2 on the number line. Negative 4 is less than negative 2 on the number line. Negative 2, therefore, is greater than negative 4 because it is to the right on the number line. Replace a circle with less than or greater than to make negative 5 is less than or greater than negative 3 a true sentence. Graph each integer on the number line. Here's negative 5. Here's negative 3. Negative 3 is to the right of negative 5. Therefore, negative 5 is less than negative 3, being to the left on the number line. In example A, it says replace the circle with greater than, less than. Negative 8 would be about here on the number line. Negative 4 approximately here. Because negative 8 is to the left on the number line, it is less than negative 4. 5 is to the right of 0. Negative 1 here to the left of 0. Because negative 5 is to the right of negative 1, it is greater than negative 1. Negative 10. Negative 13, because negative 10 is to the right of negative 13, it is greater than negative 13 on the number line. The elevation in feet for the lowest points in California, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and Kentucky are listed. Which list shows the elevation in order from least to greatest? To order the integers, graph them on a number line. 289 would be point 0 or point O. 257 is point K. Negative 8 is point L. Negative 282 is point C. So the answer is D. Those are in order from highest to lowest, which in this case means greatest to least. The newspaper reporter lists the third round scores of the top 5 finishers in a golf tournament. Which list shows the scores from least to greatest? Least to greatest. 0 on our number line. We'll do F first. We have 5 here, 2 here, 0, negative 1, negative 3. Those are not correct because that is actually greatest to least, not least to greatest. G would be negative 1, negative 3, back to 0, and then 2 and 5. Negative 1 is actually greater than negative 3, so therefore that cannot be right either. H, again 0 here, negative 3, negative 1, 0, 2, and 5. That would appear to be the correct answer. Just to be careful though, we're going to check our last choice. We have 0 here, we have negative 1 here, we have 2 here, So clearly J is not correct. The correct answer is H, arranged in order from least to greatest. Replace each circle with less than or greater than to make these a true statement. Let's draw our number line. 0 here, -4, -6. Means because -4 is to the right of -6, it's greater than -2 and 8, because 8 is to the right on the number line. It is greater than -2 because -2 is to the left on the number line. It is less than 8. 0 and -10, because 0 is to the right on the number line. It is greater than -10. That's a tough concept for some students. Number 4. Order the integers in each set from least to greatest. So now instead of comparing, we're putting them in order. -13 would be here. 9 would be here. -2 here. 0 here. And 4 here. So in order from least to greatest now, it would be -13, -2, 0, 4, and 9. Number 5. Again, 0. 12 is here. -16. -10. 19. -18. So in order from least to greatest, -18, -16, -10, 12, and 19. Number 6. The lowest temperatures in Hawaii, Illinois, Minnesota, and South Carolina are listed. Which list shows these temperatures in order from coldest to warmest? Again, that's least to greatest. We can use the same number line each time here, I think. We'll start out with -19. We then go to -36. So we're actually going greatest to least there. So we can eliminate that choice. Choice B. 0 here again. We have 12. Then we go to -19. So again, that's a greatest to least. So we can eliminate that choice. C. 0 here, -60. -36, -19, and 12. From least to greatest. That would appear to be our correct answer. Again, we'll check our fourth choice just to make certain. We have -60 down here, and then -19. We go to 12, so we're okay so far, but then when we go back to -36, that choice no longer works. At this point, you should quit the video, go back to my Moodle page, look for Lesson Quiz 2.2, log in, and take that quiz. Thank you.